Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have an update on the Tayshia Zac potential breakup. I'm going to get into all of that with you guys. I am here recording in Orlando, Florida, so pardon the appearance while we are on the road, but I appreciate that you guys are letting me bring you that Bachelor Nation news regardless. It's pre-sunrise here in Florida. I'm going to make this video. I have two other great videos coming out today. My interview with Game of Roses podcast. You're going to love this. You're going to just absolutely enjoy this interview. So make sure to like that, comment, and let me know what you think. In the meantime, let's get into this story. So we reported late last week, I believe it was Friday, that there were rumors from Life and Style magazine. You know me. I get all my news from Life and Style magazine. That Tayshia and Zac broke up. This is the first of, and I say this loosely, credible sources and publications to post that they're actually breaking up, or at least going on a break, which, I don't know, leave a comment. Do you know many instances where someone goes on a break and then they come back perfectly fine? I don't know. It doesn't look good, but this actually looks worse. We look at the picture-in-picture here. Tayshia liking a Instagram quote. You know, Claire's good at this. Claire will scour the internet finding the perfect Instagram quote to like, you know, something slighting Dale, and then the whole world finds out. And she's like, I didn't say anything about it. And it's like, we know what you did last summer. We know. That's a nice Jennifer Love Hewitt reference. She doesn't get enough love, Jennifer Love Hewitt. You know what I mean? She's like my generation's Meryl Streep. All right. Finally, I realized that I was never asking for too much. I was just asking the wrong person. Liked by Tayshia and 163,000 other people. The point is, and they also said this was liked by JoJo Fletcher and Claire Crowley. And, you know, JoJo, who knows? She's actually, you know, her relationship, I think a lot of people are surprised it's still working, but maybe it's because they kind of have left the Bachelor sphere, if you will. All right, so let's get right into it. She likes the good quote. And then, of course, the whole world goes crazy for it. But then people also notice, Bachelorette Windmill, it appears Tayshia has now untagged herself from some photos. And, of course, other people, oh, she's removing him from Instagram and all this. No, they haven't blocked each other. It's nothing as egregious as that. But the old cleaning out of the Instagram, the old Conda-Marieing of her past life is happening. And look, we don't know what happened. We don't know what went down. We can just assume they're both good people. I get, the last video took off when they broke up because people were like, we had hope. We had hope for this one. They seemed like they had their thing going on. Zac wasn't the sexiest guys. He wasn't the youngest or the strongest. He was a guy who's recovered from his addictions. He's got a nonprofit. There were rumors that Tayshia was running his marathon and he was pushing her too hard. Of course, she went to the hospital 5-6 days later with what became a kidney infection. All of it unfounded. From all that we know, he's got a good foundation for what he's doing. He doesn't need her and she doesn't need him. And sometimes, just sometimes, that's good for a relationship when you don't have to lean on each other too hard. They're doing their own thing. He's not an influencer, really. But then also people say, well, you know, her career's taking off. And it's not taking off necessarily in New York. But also, you know, if you want to look at it, we don't know if she'll be the next host of The Bachelorette. I'll get to that story in a second. So we don't know, not to say you hope her career doesn't take off, but, you know, relationships are important for the ups and downs that come with a career. So some comments. The second stage of a relationship breakup. Vague booking in Tumblr quotes. That's right. Vague booking, we know that. That's like Facebooking, but you post vague quotes. How breakups go in Bachelor Nation. Couple stops liking each other post. Some big life event happens for one of them and the other doesn't post about it. People here say they don't post everything on social media even though they've been happily married 50 years. Girl posts picture of her and her friends saying they always know how to cheer each up when it gets hard. People here say they don't mean anything. To be fair, this one isn't too outlandish. Girl doesn't have her ring on. People here say they've been happily married for 50 years and never wear their ring. Girl moves out of boy's home. People say they've been happily married 50 years and haven't lived together for most of them. Couple posts that they broke up. That's about how it goes, folks. We know she's got her own place in New York City, and we know that they've had been rumored to have been broken up in the past. We go to this Us Weekly article here. You know me. If it's not Life and Style magazine, It's Us Weekly. So give me a second here. I can tell my computer's fighting to get this loaded. Zac Clark reveals why his mom unfollowed Tayshia. She loves a glass of Chardonnay. And, we didn't have to play the article, but we remember just a few months ago that was the big issue. Everyone's like, oh, Zac and Tayshia are breaking up, Zac Clark's mom. And then Zac's like, my mom loves a glass. Well, maybe Tayshia loves a glass of Merlot, and that's why she liked that quote. I feel like I'm giving you guys the best video possible under the lowest quality circumstances, and I hope you realize that. The voice sounds good. I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts waffle maple coffee, and we're warming up. So people have highlighted, hey, JoJo and Claire liked the quote too, and that they interpret things differently, and we know that's the case. JoJo at least just posted a couple photos with Jordan. I truly wonder if they will get married. They seem so close to it. I think JoJo and Jordan got a date set for marriage, but they're buying homes. They had a TV deal. They have. I think like most people in life, their whole life's mission and life's purpose isn't so that you and I can watch them walk down the aisle. Like that's important, but there's other life instances and things that happen. Someone posted Tayshia recently followed an account that posts prayers asking God to bring the right man to your life. I think that was in talking about JoJo doing it. But either way, regardless, we read into these things. We read into them. Sometimes they bear fruit and sometimes they don't. But you hate to say it, Bachelor Nation gets it right here and there. But, most relationships don't work out till they do. So if you had a relationship and there was a thread on Reddit that was always posting about every inch and aspect of your relationship, eventually you're going to break up and they're going to go, see, I told you so. They weren't holding hands when they walked out of a Ralph's, you know what I mean? Will Tayshia still be a host if she's now single? It's pretty obvious that the hosts are generally in a relationship married. The producers don't want the contestants more interested in the host than the Bachelor/Bachelorette. Do you think that Tayshia will be allowed to host the show? These are the questions. The comment says, I think they'll go back to being just Jesse Palmer. Tayshia and Kaitlyn seem to be on a trial run anyways, and I feel like while they were an enjoyable duo to watch, they weren't extremely believable as hosts. If Jesse is well received and stays out of trouble, he will be the sole host again. Someone wrote, wasn't Chris Harrison divorced and single for most of his hosting stint? Yes, but Tayshia is a woman. Women get punished for being single in their 30s, when in reality, single women in their 30s are more in tune with their self-worth and relationship expectationships. It's not a failure to leave an incompatible situation, and I wish things were different because too many women are stuck in toxic, abusive relationships. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and that feels like a lot of projection from that commenter. Look, everybody's different. Was Chris Harrison divorced when he hosted The Bachelor, a show about love? Yeah, but also, no offense, Mr. Chris Harrison, he's not like a beacon of sexual desirability. So just because Chris Harrison was single doesn't mean the ladies are like, F this show, I'm going to go after, Mr. Vanilla Toast over. No, that's not good. Whereas Jesse Palmer is married and he's still a sexy guy and he's going to have some ladies. And I would love it if they showed this on the show. I would love it if, like, when Jesse Palmer walks out of the room, they show a couple eyeballs on his butt, as he walks away. Ladies, we know you like to check out a guy in his nice suit, okay? I'm not going to fault you for it. Obviously, when Kaitlyn and Tayshia were hosts, you could tell when they would come into the show, there'd be the guys would kind of like sit up straight. Even if a woman's taken or even if a man's taken, the opposite sex or whatever sex you're attracted to, you sit up nice. You get better diaphragm. You stop doing whatever stupid thing you were doing. You never want to look ugly in front of a member of the opposite sex, which is kind of funny, isn't it? You always want to like tuck in a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Let me know. Leave a comment. And also, just quickly, because I know I'm going to get some hate from people. Let me go back to this photo here. Just quickly. I understand it seems like I'm really hard on Tayshia. And you know what? I probably am. There are certain members of the Bachelor alumni that I think I'm harder on, and I don't know why that is. You just end up picking people that you root for, and I'm not rooting against Tayshia. She seems lovely. She seems like a good person. I don't love how she interviews people on the show, and obviously I've called her out for her PPP loan that she got. because I feel like it's I just feel like it was against the merits of what the loan was supposed to be for. That's it, folks. You know what I mean? As far as her relationship with Zac, if it's meant to be, I wish them happiness and a boatload of kids. If it's not meant to be, I know they're both going to be fine. I know they both, unless we find out something nefarious about either one of them and in their pursuits and what happened within their relationship, which I don't think will be the case. Zac's a guy who's overcome addiction. He speaks very highly about Tayshia and vice versa. They're both got a good spiritual head about them. So I think, sometimes with all that said, relationships just don't always work out. She's moved from SoCal to New York to check out his coast. Obviously, he's an East Coaster. And people in the comments will say, well, if you're from SoCal, you can't transition or vice versa. Look, I from New England, lived in New York, lived in LA. You can live wherever you want. They're jet setters. They're traveling all over, and they've got the financial means to make that happen. So I don't think that'll be a reason why they may or may not work out. But you know what? We're a Bachelor Nation news channel. If Tayshia posts a like, post on the like. If Tayshia likes a stupid quote, we're going to comment on it. This is big news. So people go, leave them alone, whatever. No. We're not harassing their DMs. We're not texting their cousins or moms for any news stories. Tasha, are you behind me? Are you dressed? There might be a naked girl behind me in the shot there, so apologies. You got to do what you got to do to go viral is my point. I'm kidding. But anyway, folks, if there's any breaking news updates, I will cover it today from Animal Kingdom. So if there's a giraffe in the background of my video, just know I'm here working for you guys. But at the same time, I got a lot of nieces and nephews to go hang out with. So if you want to follow my exploits, go to Instagram and follow me on Instagram at DNeals. All right, folks, 2 other great videos coming today. So make sure to turn your alerts on and subscribe to the channel to check those out. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye, everybody.